Have you ever noticed how the past is suddenly cool again? Low-rise jeans, film cameras, chunky wired headphones, even flip phones are back. Hello, good night everyone. Today I want to talk about a fascinating cultural phenomenon, why Gen Z is reviving nostalgia from Y2K fashion to the vinyl records. At first glance, it might seem like we're just obsessed with the old trends, but if you look deeper, this nostalgia says a lot about who we are and how we feel living in a world that moves faster than ever. So, let's explore three things. First, how nostalgia appears in Gen Z culture. Second, why we're so drawn to it. And third, what this whole trend really says about our generation. Let's start with what we can see and hear around us. In fashion, everything vintage is suddenly new again. We're bringing back Y2K looks, tiny tops, baggy jeans, platform shoes, and butterfly clips. Thrift stores are the new malls, and wearing secondhand is a badge of creativity but not embracement. Even luxury brands like Balenciaga and Diesel are chasing in on this old school aesthetics. In music and media, it's the same story. Vinyl record sales are higher now than they've been in 40 years. Old songs like Bloody Mary by Lady Gaga or Dreams by Fleetwood Mac suddenly go viral on TikTok. Even the filter we use, film grain, VHS distortion, Polaroid frames, all recreate that analog feeling we never actually grew up with. And when it comes to technology, the comeback is very surprising because some people are switching back to flip phones or disposable cameras, not because they had technology, but because they are very tired of being too connected. We crave something slower, something that feels real. So yeah, the past is back, but it's not just imitation. Gen Z is reinventing it. Okay, now let's talk about why we love the past so much. First one, it's about escapism. Our world is so loud, overstimulating, and constantly demanding attention. Social media make us compare ourselves non-stop and notification never stop popping up. So we look backward toward an era that feels simpler and safer even if we didn't live through it. Nostalgia becomes a form of comfort now. Second, we crave authenticity. We've grown up in digital age of filter, algorithms, and perfection. That's why we're drawn to things that feeling raw. The imperfect blast of a film photo, the warm sound of a film records, or the grainy texture of old video. In a world that endlessly edited, analog things feeling really honest. Third, it connects to our values. Thrifting and reusing old clothes aren't just aesthetic choices, they are sustainable. Gen Z is one of the most eco-conscious generation. So our love for vintage align with our awareness of the environment and fast fashion ways. And finally, nostalgia gives us community. Even though we didn't grow up in 90s or early 2000s, we shared that imagined past together online. It becomes a way to connect to belong through a shared vibe or memory that never really belonged to us. It's both ironic and beautiful. So, what does all of this say about Gen Z? It shows that we are not just consumers of trends, but we are curator of meaning. We remix the past into something that reflects how we feel today. We take what's old and make it ours, louder, funnier, and more self-aware. Unlike the older generation, we don't see nostalgia as wanting to go backward. We use it as a way to slow down, to find something real in a time that often feels so virtual. It's less about escaping the present, but more about grounding ourselves in it. So when someone says we are young people obsessed with the past, the simple answer that we can do is we're not obsessed, but we are reflecting it. We're finding meaning in things that remind to us of who we are or who we want to be. Okay, everyone, the Gen Z's nostalgia isn't just about style, it's a response to the chaos of modern life, a search for comfort, connection, and identity. From Y2K fashion to vinyl records, we are rewriting the meaning of old. Because maybe we're not stuck in the past. Maybe we're just looking for something timeless in a work that changes every scroll. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you, everyone. Good night.